Yeah.
Let's bring in meteorologists Ted Phaeton and Andrew Brightman. Guys, what are you seeing in terms of the airport? We mentioned this, what they're dealing with at the airport, and then the track of this storm.
Yeah, the track of the storm really is the brunt right now, dealing with that, transitioning over to freezing rain. You mentioned ticking up those temperatures a little bit, that stubborn cold air loosening up its hold on the front lines just a little bit here.
Yeah, we're seeing those temperatures now up to 28 degrees here in Charlotte, seeing that transition over to freezing rain as the temperatures continue to move up. But again, that brings back the potential for some icing here. Ted, a bit of a concerning situation we're going to be following very closely here. Probably got about another 30 or so minutes left in this event, and then we're going to be done with it here as it begins to starts to clear out later on this evening after 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so the transitioning happening now as we take a look at how much longer we'll have. Again, another 30 minutes or so heading into that 7 and 8 o'clock hour. Your threat drops down significantly. Does not mean we're out of the woods yet with the threat on the roadways. It's just what's coming down from the sky, that potential for the freezing rain slowly coming down over the next 45 minutes or so. So we have the ice storm warning still lasting until your Monday morning. Winter storm warning sticking around as well. Wanting to jump right into our radar as we still see the transition into that pink. And here's the end of that line here, continuing to move further in to what we're going to be seeing in terms of the impacts from this radar. So holding on to, again, the freezing rain, that sleet, and even further, more of what's going to be the impacts as we look at your last 30 minutes or so, really how fast this line has pushed further east along that I-77 corridor. The blue on your map, that's indicating where more of that sleet has settled in as opposed to the freezing rain. And even zooming in here, just everybody inundated with that pink. So you're getting a wintry mix one way or another if you're in and around uptown, up through I-77, but further out west towards Morganton and heading into Hickory, already starting to dry out as we come to the end of this 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 1-2 punch from Mother Nature with this winter storm. So zooming out, showing you how this this Miller B setup has progressed. That cold front pushing further east over the cold air locked in place. The temperatures have come up a little bit, but still cold enough to facilitate more of that wintry mix. And we're seeing the rainfall now make its sights set towards the eastern parts of North Carolina, the low country of South Carolina, and we still hold on to that cold front, giving us some breezy and gusty conditions. So don't let your guard down as we still could see some of the ice accumulation here towards the end of this system. The line of those power outages from this cold front making its way into the western Carolinas. So we've had a few more power outages reported now. Not as widespread, but just shy of 1,000 customers without power from York County, Gaston, Cleveland, Mecklenburg Union, and Rowan County. So, Andrew, as we keep an eye on those impacts coming towards the end of the storm, here are some of those power outages. Luckily, we know it could have been a lot worse had this been an entirely freezing rain event. So the sleet certainly has come in just in time as that cold air sat in place for most of the day.
Yeah, and that's right, Ted. But we're starting to see a few more power outages here across portions of the Carolinas. A couple more counties bringing in those power outages here, but generally not as bad as what it could have been if we had seen more freezing rain. Thankfully, this has been, for the most part, sleet here. And you can see over the past 12 hours the amount of sleet that we've seen here across portions of the Carolinas. Half inch of sleet in Charlotte, 3 inches of sleet in Statesville, almost 4 inches of sleet in Jefferson over the past 12 hours. Road conditions, extremely icy. Temperatures, again, I keep watching what we're seeing here over at the airport, but temperatures currently right now in the upper 20s. So very, very icy conditions. Dangerous to be out on the roadway right now with this likely freezing rain. Temperatures now reflecting what we're seeing over at the airport here. But I do want to emphasize, you know, right as we finish coming off here, by the time we get to about 7, 8 o'clock, the event is going to be done here across the Carolinas, and then we'll be able to recover. The roads are still going to be dangerous. Temperatures are still going to be in the upper 20s, around the 30-degree mark. Just something to keep in mind here as we go throughout the rest of this evening here. Likely dangerous driving conditions all the way throughout your Monday morning. How much more sleet could we see? Maybe another 1/10 or so down across portions of the Sandhills, someplace maybe picking up 2/10. Still concerned about that icing as it still comes down here, Ted. Been watching, again, us change over to that from sleet over to freezing rain. Temperatures still stay well below freezing in the upper 20s here. So still a concerning situation with that potential for ice buildup as we go probably through about maybe the last hour and a half of this event. Let's send it over to Julian and Morgan.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.